amazing subscribers and viewers. So this video is another response to another video from another sci-fi guy, because he's absolutely amazing and like to see how people like to talk to him, like respond to him through videos now. But I actually like doing these videos as a response to him. I mean, he's very nicely and spoke to me about the 3 stories I hated from my favorite era, well, my least liked. So this time it's a different video. He's asked me what are the 3 stories for that I like from my least favorite era. Now, apart from another sci-fi guy, I think I'm personally gonna get a load of hate for this. But my least favorite era of Doctor Who is the Tennant era. Yeah, you most probably be there gobsmacked going, oh, did you say you didn't like Tennant? Oh. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like Tennant. I do think he's a good actor. He plays the Doctor a lot, really, really well. I do like his Doctor. I do like all of the Doctors. Every actor that's played the Doctor, I really do like. But for me to say this, I just don't like his era. I mean, Series 2, there's like a load of episodes of Series 2 I don't like. Series 3, Series 4, there's only 2 stories in that, or 2 episodes that I don't really care for. Or there's a couple in Series 4. I mean, Unicorn and the Wasp, Turn Left. Yeah, they were the 2 weakest stories of Series 4. So, excuse me. So, for me to actually sit here to say that I don't like Tennant's, I don't mind Tennant's run. I mean, there's a few episodes in Series 2 that I like, and one of them will be on this list. Series 3, I don't really care for Series 3. Smith and Jones is okay, but anything from Shakespeare Code up to 42, I don't really give a crap on, because I think that's just weak stories. Human Nature, Family of Blood, and Straight On Upwards gets a lot better. Even that Christmas special, Voyage of the Damned's really, really awesome. Series 4 is amazing, and only one bad special, so I think it's only fair I get into this. So, in my least favourite Doctor era, which is the Tennant run, my 3 stories that I do actually like from Tennant, that I don't actually mind, are pretty okay and awesome. So, in 3rd place, I've put Army, Ghosts, and Doomsday. Now, this one was the finale to Series 2. Yes, I know, I said I don't like Series 2, but just hear me out. This one is a really good finale. You've got someone like becoming like ghost sort of things coming through the traveling through the void into our universe, following the Sophia that broke down both barriers of in the void. And then of course you get a Dalek, and the Daleks like the Kotoskaro with Dalek Sec, Dalek Faye, Dalek Just, and Dalek Khan. Daleks with names, which has never happened in Doctor Who before. Then you have the whole Genesis arc, which is a Time Lord prison. When it opens up, you got thousands and millions of Daleks in there trapped by Time Lords during the Time War, so it becomes a prison ship, and it's just another cracking story, that is. And then the whole Dalek and cyber war sort of thing going on between the Palace and the Daleks is just another thing. Now, I would actually like to see a Dalek slash cyber war, or cyber slash Dalek war in Doctor at some point. They've got to re-meet and start another war between each other, because that one was just epic. Rose gets stuck in a parallel universe. Yay! Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind Billie Piper as Rose. I mean, I like her in Series 1. I just don't like her in Series 2 because she doesn't have no character development. Tennant basically goes from this kind of like whiny sort of lovesick puppy, and then it goes into something far more awesome and greater in Series 3 and 4. This one, he just seems more love, like the whole relationship between Tennant and Rose just absolutely comes out of nowhere. And that's what I don't like. The Doctor is a Time Lord. Hello, he's a highborn Gallifreyan. Well, he should have been, thanks to Chibnall. Not going to say. But in this, I just don't think the relationship really works. It doesn't really click with me. I don't understand where it came from, because there's no really relationship hinted between Nine and Rose until he did kiss her, but that was to get the time vortex out of her, and then he regenerated. So, and then the Christmas invasion is sort of a little bit of that. And then when you get to like New Earth, it's like, fuck me, it's too many such a signs for a relationship between the two of them going on. No, no, no. That's the one thing I don't like the Tennant. It's just the whole lovey-dovey sort of relationship between Ten and Rose. It's just so wrong. It feels the Doctor is an alien, she's a human. Should never happen. Never happen. There again, though, you say that River, you can argue that about River, but River was part-time, not because she was conceived in the TARDIS on Amy and Rory's wedding day, so that's a bit different. But this one just sort of doesn't actually fit as well for a like a relationship sort of story going on. So anyway, she gets stuck in parallel universe. 10 goes on and meets on his way. So yeah, third place, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Now, number 2, my second favourite episode from the David Tennant era. Now, this one is another two-parter. It is The Stolen Earth and Journey's End. Now, I love this. Daleks, 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 more Daleks, Davros, a new Dalek Supreme, Daleks, Daleks, Daleks. And, of course, The Precious Children of Time. What's not to love? Daleks versus the Doctor. Make the Doctor the prisoner. They throw the TARDIS into the heart of the Crucible, which should really destroy it and kill Donna. But because she touched the Doctor's hand with all the regeneration, another Doctor grew out of it. So the TARDIS got saved by him. Now, I do like that. The Metabase Crisis. I mean, I like what he goes, oi, watch your spaceman. Oi, watch your Earth, girl. Oh, I just like how Tennant does that. And I do also like the whole where they have to go to the Shadow Proclamation to work out what's going on. And then when they find out all the planets, there's like 27 planets missing. And then they go to the Medusa Cascade by following the Tanchuka scale. Now, that's a really good nod. I do like that. And the way the Daleks and Davros just come back, and then you've got Dalek Khan going, I flew into the wild and fire. I danced and died 1,000 times. I just do like that, because after we see Dalek Khan in Revolution of the Daleks, he does emergency temporal shift, but it took him back into the time warp, which should not have really happened in Ten's eyes. But it did, and hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. We had the return of Davros, some new Dalek Empire, absolutely epic stuff, and I just can't find a foot wrong with this story. It's my second favourite, because it was my all-time favourite until the next one. So, my all-time favourite Tennant story. It's The Water of Mars. The Doctor goes into a fixed point in time, and he really needs to get out of there because he knows he should not interfere in a fixed point in time. But he does, because he's the Doctor. Now he gets caught up in the events when this whole like water infection goes on, making people like dry skin, burst water off their hands that kills them. They get possessed. Now I do like the honourable mentions in this, like to the whole flashback scene with the Dalek and Captain Adelaide Bluck. I do like that. I like the little mention to the Ice Warriors before the Ice Warriors actually return in the 11th Doctor era, so I do like that as well. So, and then of course when the Doctor just goes like, I'm the Time Lord victorious, and he goes, the laws of time are mine and they will obey me. And I just love it. And he goes, when he literally just runs and he goes, we're fighting against time itself and I'm gonna win. I just so love the way Tennant does that. He goes so proper dark and mysterious, and I like it when the Doctor goes dark, and when you have the whole explosion of the like rocket blowing up, and then you have like the Doctor talking from the last 3 seasons, goes, I'm not just a Time Lord, I'm the last of the Time Lords. I just like how they all come back, little comeback from previous episodes that Tennant said in like recording booth, and the way he just literally loses it and becomes the Time Lord victorious, changes history by saving 3 of them. And of course, 2 of them survive to tell the story. Adelaide Brooke kills herself because she says the Doctor can't change history, but the Doctor's like, yes, I can, bitch. Deal with it. I just like how Tennant the Doctor sort of attitude that. Now, I would have loved it if, because the Doctor went too far in this, he would have to regenerate. Like, he got shot. Instead of having Adelaide Brooke kill herself, she should have shot the 10th Doctor for this, and then he would have gone into the TARDIS, realised he's gone too far, and then regenerate and not gone into the end of time. I would have loved that. This would have been a perfect story for Tennant to regenerate in. But we didn't. We just have him standing in the TARDIS going, no, and pulling the TARDIS lever. Yeah. And the end of this doesn't really go nowhere, because the end of time just literally makes a load of stuff up. I mean, where he comes at the TARDIS like being all hipsty, but I don't really care for that. I just don't really like that bit, to be honest with you. I just would have preferred if he regenerated at the end of Waters of Mars. So this is my 3 favourite episodes from my least favourite era. Let me know in the comments what are your least favourite era of Doctor Who is. What's your 3 favourite episodes from your least favourite era? Now, I know I must probably get a load of hate for Tennant, but I just really don't like his era that much like I used to. Growing up, it was Doctor Who being on. He was the Doctor when I was growing up. And yeah, I used to love him all through secondary school, all through yeah, actually from primary and nursery. From primary to secondary school, I used to love watching Tennant, and I used to love him as his Doctor. I mean, I did used to go dressed up as him for Comic Relief or Children in Need. I did used to go dress up as different Doctors. Tennant specifically, but since now growing up, and now I'm 20, well, I'm 25 in a 2 days time, I have to say my whole retrospect with the Tennant era has gone down so low, because so long, I'm really at the bottom at one point. It was the Colin Baker era, but now I appreciate Colin's era a lot more, and he's now in 7th, my 7th favourite Doctor, and Tennant was in 7th place, but he's just moved down the list over the years. So thank you for watching this video. Please do like, subscribe and share to me, and there will be a review coming on today after finished editing and filming this one, and it will be a review but not on a TV episode, on a Big Finish story. Stay tuned.